Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, on this July 2026. What you see before you here is a 7-inch quad. This has the FPVCYCLE 7-inch motors, as you can see there. Very good motors. I like them because they are wider and thus able to impart more torque than traditional 7-inch motors. I'm not sure whether these are being sold anymore, but I have several installed, and I'm really happy with them. As a keen-eyed among you might notice and spot, this is the original camera with the original air unit. I like this frame because it is the only one I have found that weighs 145 grams. Try and look for a 7-inch frame that in itself weighs only 145 grams. There are always more than that, and I'm looking for lightweightness, smoothness above all, and thus will give me the longest range. So the closest I can refer you to this frame is one on Pyrodrone, the Source 1. It had its issues apparently, and I went through several frames until I was able to land on one that didn't have any kind of oscillations in it, and as I have also featured this on my channel. What we are going to do today is we are going to convert this version 1 air unit, and we are going to convert it to use with the O4, providing longer range, reliability, and dependability that this O4 air unit provides. Naturally, the camera cage is not compatible with the O4 air unit. After all, we are stuck in the dark ages here, where this is the original one. Nothing wrong with the camera, it works great, but I would like to update this to the O4, the better unit. Technology has moved on, and it is time to upgrade. First of all, what we're going to do is remove the screws from the top plate here. Alrighty. Here we have our original iFlight stack, of which you will not find sold anywhere. This does not have the metal caps. The iFlight controller, the original air unit here, which we will disavow its we have our GPS. Okay. This is the camera cage that we are going to be utilizing. But first, we need to put some brass inserts, M3 brass inserts, both at the top and the bottom. We do it with this handy dandy machine. Heated soldering iron. Nice and flat. And square. Here they are. Beautiful. There you are. Front, and this is the top. And we will install this on here to fit the O4 camera. These holes are custom spread so they can fit these holes in the bottom plate, and they are also will fit the holes in the top plate. Oh, wrong way. Like so. We put these larger, more heftier screws in the bottom. Still M3 screws, stainless, and then the top plate will go on to here like so. And the 04 camera will fit right in here. A little history on where this camera cage comes from. It comes from this company right here. Can't pronounce it. And this is their frame and their camera cage that they use. 15 to 25 degrees of camera tilt for this particular model. Printed completely out of TPU. Can't say that it's not soft mounted. And I have been able to utilize this camera cage by merely adapting it to larger hole placements, depending upon the frame in which I am attempting to match it to. This is narrow, and I modified it so it would be for wider, adding material, leaving the inside be to allow the mounting of the 04 camera. In the process, I removed the bottom bumper that slips over it, so it's flat instead, and that works really good for this frame in this example. We have a flat plate. It extends over here to provide further protection. This is a 7-inch cinematic rig. Not intending to do a lot of crashes with it. However, it does have a bumper on which to provide any, and it provides protection from the camera, which is a plus. The air unit has been installed, the 04 air unit, and here the camera has been installed into its cage. See the lens right there. All normal. Nothing tricky about it at all. We did have to put the proper holes here for the air unit to screw into, but nothing really major. These here is the antennas, and we changed them out to be these UFL connectors, and these will be going into the proper respective antennas. We will still be using the original ones, the left-hand polarized, which is perfect for this application. Okay, we have progressed on. We have installed our camera up here, as you can see. And we have run these wires back here over the VTX, the DJI VTX. And we have installed our new UFL connectors here. We have also installed our crossfire antenna here. And now we are ready to install our top plate. As you can see, by the way, we did need to put these ever so tiny spacers here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Really small extensions in the bottom here to make the standoff just a little taller, not very much. And then we also did the back as well. Other than that, it works and fits very well. And we just a matter of screwing these screws back here. All right. Should be quite well secured. All right, so now that puts on the top plate. We can put an action camera up here. This is now well secured here. Like I say, I use brass inserts in here, so you can get a nice strong fit. I use these cap screws to where I would like a bit more pulling power to the, and since this is the front, I wanted it as strong as possible. And really, this little modification here has enabled me to use this original frame without having to have it remade to fit the 04, and also have the 04 camera to be soft mounted and fits just fine here in this frame. And so it works really well. And so I can't wait to get out and to give it a flight with a new camera. We have our SD card in here, and 100 and I think it was 65 grams the frame is. It's the lightest frame, 7-inch frame that I know of. And these nice powerful motors. Like I said, I don't think they sell these anymore. I don't think FPVCYCLE sells these. These are 1450 kV. I got a whole batch of them. I've used them all. They do still sell these in the 5-inch version, if I'm not mistaken, but in the 7-inch version, I don't see them on their website anymore. But they are really, really nice motors because they have such a wide stator, and you're able, and it gives us the 7-inch such stability. Greetings on this August 2026. What you have before you is this quad. This again was a 03. No, this was the original air units that were in here. So that's how far back it's been. And we converted to a 04 air unit using this little adaptation here. Completely printed out in TPU. So it's definitely soft mounted. And then merely adapted the screw patterns to fit the frame. Such an easy and simple solution. No modifications of the frame required. Just simply modified the 04 mounting, and I will put this in the description as to the quad I used. But again, there was some modifications on the STL file required to have it made up with this. So this is now updated to the 04 air unit, this most favorite long-range 7-inch quad here. We have a 1600 milliamp battery, nice long antennas, GPS. We're running the FPVCYCLE motors. Again, all this description will be in the description below, specifications. And we're going to give a test flight with the new 04 Pro air unit. Oh, how smooth. Oh, yes. In the process of this, we'll get GPS lock. But then you have them programmed in here not to allow takeoff until I got GPS lock. But we're just flying around here, giving it a nice breeze. Has picked up a bit. But even so, I don't see any. It's a very smooth quad, a 7-inch. Spite of the breeze. Really smooth. Wow, I love the, yeah, this is very smooth. One of my smoothest 7 inches so far. Impressive. Very nice. Wow, this just wants to cruise. Very, very great long-range quad, potentially. And my hands are off the sticks, and it's just cruising along. It's such a smooth. Wow, this is amazing. Look how little amps it's drawing. This is awesome. This is really, really very controllable. Wow. I have not flown this quad in a long time. This is amazing. Wow, this is smooth. Very, very smooth. Crazy smooth. This is really, really smooth. Wow. Absolutely awesome. Very, very pleased with this setup. I did have to update the firmware by 1 or 2 versions I meant, in order for it to read the S bus for the 04 Pro Air unit, but I remain all the settings as they ordinarily are. I mean, as it was previously on the old firmware. So this is not the latest. I just put it up like 1 or 2 versions in order for it to read the so I could put S bus in for the 04 Pro Air units, which required. Has to be 4.5 and above, and I had 4.3 on it, I think. This is amazing. Can't wait to try this with the Li-ion batteries, 5,000 amp Li-ion batteries. We could get more flight time out of the 1600 milliamp hour battery as well, but this is absolutely awesome. Very, very, very nice. Very, very stable. At least from what I see in the goggles. Alright, we'll just bring this for our landing. Wow, so controllable. It has a beeper on it.
Telemetry lost.
We must silence it, but it's great for if it goes down in the weeds over there, I will be able to find it, which I did not. So, really, really love these motors. I don't think the FPVCYCLE sells the 7-inch ones anymore, but these are really, really great motors because they have such a wide base to them. Sure, there are other comparable motors, but these are 30mm FPVCYCLE motors. Absolutely love them. They really revolutionized the 7-inch long-range quad. long-range experience. So I'm very happy with the way this flew, and got 5 minutes. Could have gone longer with a 1600 milliamp battery. It is the I'll put all the descriptions in the description below.